Hey guys, what is going on? And welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. This is episode number 22, and here's what's coming up in today's episode. And we also have our first Academy update of the new season as well, and this year I'm looking for one of these youth prospects to step into the first team, make the transition, and become the next star out of the Fulham youth squad. So here we go, it's the first game of the Premier League season as the champions are coming to town to take us on at Craven Cottage. And either of these two options as our new starting right back this season will be absolutely fantastic. It just depends on which one we want. So 2 weeks with no career mode. Oh, it's been a struggle for me as well as you as well. We are back today and I'm really looking forward to it because we've got the first game of the Premier League season as the Premier League champions, Liverpool, who won it last season. They are in town, takes on the Craven Cottage, and we should make 1 or 2 more signings. Plus, there's an academy update as well. Loads of stuff to get through today. Let's get straight to it. And I think to start off with, what we'll do is change Sancho's number, because in the last episode I asked you guys what number our new signing, our first signing the window should make. It was made by you guys. He got given a number 8 by default, but I threw out to you guys marketing managers and you guys voted for number 17 for Jadon Sancho, which I really like, to be fair, on a winger. So we'll take Alfred Adama's number, and maybe 17 is the number of goals he'll get in his debut season. He scored in the pre-season final, who knows? And as we take a look at the team, there's still about a month and a week left in the transfer window. I also said today I want to make 1 or 2 more signings. And this season, you take a look at our goalkeepers right now, Fabricio and Alex Ramiro, the 2 Spaniards right now, plus the youngster Dama in as well. I do want to bring back Sergio Rico. Obviously, last season, absolutely incredible for us, your fans' player of the season. And I wouldn't be against trying to sign Rico, but swap Fabricio out, because Fabricio at 31, I think he is now, he's not getting any younger, he's not getting any better. And I think they're quite like for like, both Spaniards. Rico's only 1 rating higher, and if Sevilla would take Fabricio as part of a swap deal, I think that could soften the transfer fee down a little bit, and still got lots of money to work with as well. So I'm going to try that. Rico for Fabricio. I think Fabricio is also on a 1-year contract here as well. And he's not going to get a new one. So he's valued at 6.5 million. That's 5 million less than Sergio Rico right now. So if Sevilla say yes to that deal, then that should hopefully theoretically duck the transfer fee down to less than valuation, and instead it's more than Rico's valuation, almost £15 million. Really? Well, at the end of the day, Fabricio is not going to get any game time here this season. He'll be 3rd choice goalkeeper behind Rico and Ramiro as well. So we may as well swap him out regardless. But I was hoping that transfer fee will be a little bit lower than that. Let's try and negotiate a little bit. Let's get out to £10 million. 10 million plus Fabricio I'll take. Because don't forget, Sergio Rico last season, the league's leader in terms of clean sheets, winning the Golden Glove, a massive reason as to why we had the best defence in the league and finished in the top 4 as well. So 10 mil plus Fabricio, I'll take that. And they're saying no, 14.7 mil plus Fabricio. They don't want to let him go. Right, let's keep these negotiations going here. We've got the money, of course, but I want to make sure we get the best possible deal. Let's go 12.5 million plus Fabricio. How about that? Go on, Sevilla, accept that deal. Accept that deal. 15.1 million, you're going up, right, that's it, forget it. 14.5 million pounds plus Fabricio. The guy was a monster last season. He's the only goalkeeper I want for this year to be our number 1, so I've got to get him. I've got to make sure he comes in. Come on, 14.5 mil. Okay, fair enough, it's more than I wanted, but I wanted him. I guess I'll have to take it. Considering how amazing he was for us last season, I guess Sevilla know his true worth is higher than his market valuation. We agreed on 2 components in the contract so far. Crucial squad role, 5-year deal, no release clause, perfect. And as for the money, don't make me do the first offer, no. He does want a wage increase, and quite a big one, as well, up to 35.5 grand a week, plus a £370,000 sign-on bonus. Now, I'm okay with that contract right there, because in today's footballing world, that's a really cheap deal for a brilliant goalkeeper. So 35.5 grand a week, 370 grand sign-on bonus, and tied down to a 5-year deal as well. That'll take him up till he's 30. I'll take that contract. And they say no, just under 40 grand a week, but still, again, in today's footballing world, that's still a really good deal. So first signing of the episode, Sergio Rico is back at Craven Cottage, and after last season winning the Golden Glove, he was my number 1 target for the number 1 jersey. I didn't want anyone else. I'm happy to pay the price for him. And we see in the top left there, Thompson's transfer talks have broken down. So there are still some players left on the transfer and the loan list, but Thompson has rejected both of those moves away from the club. So Cameron will be staying here for the time being. Now there is a bid here for Alfie Mawson. And Everton want to take him to Goodison Park for £9.8 million. And the former Swansea centre-back last season was a huge reason as to why our defence was so good. But with Smalling in this season, And of course, Cisse developed quite nicely last year in training as well. Mawson, I wouldn't be against cashing on him and trying to get a bit of cash there. Everton want to take him and get around 10 to 15 million for him, I'd say. But at 25 years old, he's still got room to get a little bit better. And as a third/fourth choice centre-half, I think I'd rather keep him. It's an okay chance to get a decent amount of money, but I think I'd rather have the depth in that position instead. However, there is a bid here for De La Torre, and the young American is wanted for £860,000. 21 years old, 66 rated. Could still get pretty decent, but in the midfield area, we've got a really good prospect in Baker. I don't think De La Torre will play that much ahead of him. Plus, with the good players got in their squad already, so I'm fine letting him go. He can leave if he wants. And there's also two more bids here as well, one for Adebayo and one for Francois as well. Both of these players, I believe, are on the transfer list right now and don't see them getting much game time this season. Tyrese Francois, he can leave, as can Adebayo. We've got enough depth in the striker role now, and especially if Thompson's not going to leave, so I'm fine with both of those players going. And we also have our first academy update of the new season as well, and this year I'm looking for one of these youth prospects to step into the first team, make the transition, and become the next star out of the Fulham youth squad. Last season we put our faith in Jay Baker, and how brilliant was he? This season I'm looking for one of these guys to make the step up. There's some really good players in here, and of course the scout future star Vermeulen, who we promoted at the back end of last season, he could also be that guy this year. But Marvin Janssen, I'm really excited about this guy. He's only 15 years old, so I can't promote him yet, but already 61 rated, 85, 94 potential. He could be the guy. He could be the guy to watch this season as the next standout player from the academy. And you can see the top left there, De La Torre has just been sold, although both Adebayo and Francois have decided to turn down those moves there. So struggling to sell quite a few players on the transfer list at the moment. De La Torre the only one to leave. We did have a loan offer for Calvert-Lewin a second ago, but of course I was going to block that one from Getafe. He's going nowhere. But another bit for Francois. Once again, we'll try and accept it. But it seems like I've had this problem in Korea before. A lot of young players you have that you try and sell on, they just refuse to leave the club, and you have to let their contracts run down or release them. But De La Torre's gone for £860,000, and I'm fine with that deal right there. So at the moment in our transfer budget, we have got remaining, as we're into the first week of August, what, about 80 million? No, 75 million pounds remaining in the budget so far. So there's still an absolute ton of money to work with in this our second season. But at the moment, I don't feel the need to splash the cash and bring in anyone too significant. I like the squad we've got, and after success of last season, I don't really want to change that much. So our first game against Liverpool, and I think that will be our starting 11 heading into the game. However, I do quite like this, as we see that Reece James is returning from injury and should get the nod for the start on the opening day against Liverpool in the right-back role. There's no bid here for Adebayo, which of course we're going to accept, but there is a loan offer from Mitrovic, and it comes from Newcastle United. The Magpies want to bring him back to St James's Park after last season, our top scorer with 15 goals in the Premier League and my player of the season. Lads, you let him go, and I'm not giving him to you back. Mitrovic stays with us. So here we go. It's the first game of the Premier League season as the champions are coming to town to take us on at Craven Cottage. We're lining up with a 4-3-3 we played so well with last season, but there are two second debuts for Fulham today as Sergio Rico returns between the sticks and Chris Smalling is back as part of our back line. Also, Sancho will start on the left-hand side of the wing with Mitrovic and Neres, and what an opportunity for Max Aarons, 19 years old, getting the starter right back today. How's he going to get on? But as for the Liverpool team, you can see why they were crowned champions last season, lining up in a fantastic 4-3-3 of their own, with a great defence, a superb midfield, and what a great front trio as well. Mane on the left, Shaqiri on the right, and Firmino the false nine. They won the title last season, but we finished in the top 4, don't forget. This should be a really good early season battle. I'm looking forward to it. Come on Fulham, let's get the win. So just changed the indicator as well, so you guys can see the player names above the head. Obviously last season a few of you guys were asking in the comments if we could do that for you, so it's now changed. And as Shaqiri is on the ball down the right hand side, here come Liverpool for their first chance of the game with the Swiss midfielder on the ball crossing. It's not fully dealt with, and Alexander-Arnold had a really good chance there. He took it down a little bit fortunately after a little deflection. And, well, he found space and thankfully could not keep the shot down over the bar, and that's a let-off. He had a clean sight of goal. Fell on the wrong foot for him, really. If that's on his preferred right foot, that's hitting the target, and that's testing Sergio Rico. Instead, on the half volley, on the bounce, couldn't keep it down. But Liverpool started off slowly and now beginning to attack, and Shaqiri's header is quite tame and Rico claims it. This is what I'm wary of with Liverpool. I said this last season during the game at Anfield. All it takes is one chance for them to get into the game, and then they really kick it up a gear. So still dealt at 0-0, so we're about 15 minutes into into the second half. A bit unconvincing there from the teenager Aarons. We did enough as Rico lifts it over the top. And we haven't really got going yet. Can we change that here? Kearney finds Seri. Oh, I played the wrong ball to Sancho. And Liverpool get it clear. That's been our problem today. Our build-up play just hasn't been there. Haven't got it forward to the front three on a consistent basis. Neres, oh, wonderful from David Neres, absolutely superb. And now he steps inside as well, as Neres continues to run. Keita is jockeying, he's done well there, Neres. Back to Baker, and now Ida Sessegnon. And now Sancho finds a bit of space, and Alisson denies him at the near post. Wonderful work from Neres, worked the space from right to left, but a good stop by the Brazilian, as it's still goalless. 60 minutes to go now, Salah coming off of Shaqiri. This could be a frantic final 15 minutes here. Smalling to Sessegnon. And now Sanderberg out to Jay Baker. And Baker with a wonderful touch to beat his man as he gets away. And now tries to step inside and finds Mario Balotelli. And Balotelli! Oh, just off target. He's the difference maker. He was the difference maker in the final. And he has been since he come on. I should have started him. Balotelli again. Brilliant ball. Out to Jadon Sancho. Trent Alexander-Arnold comes across. Sancho takes it round him. Looks for a bit of space. Finds it. And the shot is dragged wide after deflection off Joe Gomez. There is a late winner. Can we take the chance? Kearney's corner, hung up towards Smalling. Alisson does enough. Sander, oh, worth a go. Just couldn't steer it on target. And that is going to do it. Well, a goalless draw on the opening day. Wasn't the most eventful of games until the 65-70 minute mark, but it's a clean sheet against the champions, and after back-to-back defeats to them last season, that's not a bad point at all. Very similar feel to last season this. You know, defensively, we are so good. We are so strong at the back, but going forward, we just lack that finishing touch and lack that clinical striker. I think Balotelli, though, could be that this season. And I'll give man a match to Sessegnon as well. See, this season now pushed back to playing left back. A couple of times did link up nicely with Sancho, particularly in the first half. So Sessegnon man of the match, did okay out there. And so after the game, as we see once again, Adebayo and Francois have decided to reject moves away from the club. Quite frustrating. He's got no plans to use either of these guys this season. Of course, they are still on the transfer list. But for you in today's episode off, I wouldn't be against trying to sign a new right back. Obviously, you know, he started off quite well, Aarons, but he did get skinned a couple of times by Sadio Mane, particularly in the second half, which did make me panic a little bit. I'm not sure I trust him for an entire season playing as our first choice right back. And either of these two options as our new starting right back this season will be absolutely fantastic. It just depends on which one we want. Wan-Bissaka, who was in the poll for you guys to try and sign last season, high medium work rates, 21 years old, very good physical player, so quick with good agility and technically not bad either. He's really turning heads at Selhurst Park, a great young English talent. Or last season, also 21 years old, was our player. Timothy Fosu-Mensah, of course, was on loan from Manchester United. 4-star weak foot, 3-star skill, 6'1", and can play centre back as well. Physically, also really quick and also really strong. 79 as well, 84 aggression, also technically really good too. Now, I wouldn't be against either of these guys. They'll cost about the same amount of money, but after how good he was for us last season, Fosu-Mensah, I kind of want to bring him back, just like we did with Sergio Rico, and see if they can have the same sort of season together they had last season as well. They impressed on loan last year, and I want Timothy. I'd love Wan-Bissaka, but maybe later down the line. For now, I want to bring Timothy back. Tough decision though, because both players so talented at just 21 years old. And about the same rating as well. I'm going to ask Manchester United if they want to take Le Marchand. Obviously this season we've got Sessegnon playing left back, and of course don't forget James can play there, as can Aarons, and of course Brian is our backup left back. I highly doubt this is going to come off, but you never know. No, they weren't interested, never mind. So what we'll do is we'll offer a straight valuation deal, 8.5 million. They're almost definitely going to ask for more than that. We'll start off with that and see what they say. And they do indeed want more money, £11.1 million plus a 5% sell-on clause. There's a good chance we could sell Timothy down the line for a profit, so I'm going to remove that sell-on clause there and try and duck the transfer fee down just to £11 million, a flat fee, and see what Mourinho says to that. And he says, yeah, so £11 million for Fosu-Mensah, no sell-on clause, and I'd certainly take that. Now, interestingly enough, to start the negotiations off, Timothy's agent says he just wants to be a rotation squad player here, which is very interesting indeed, because he was going to be my first choice. He's 6 ratings higher than both James and Aaron, so that's quite a surprise there, but fair enough. Now we'll try and tie him down to a 5-year deal, and if he takes a wage cut as well, as they agree on a 5-year deal, this could be a really good contract for us. No release clause, and oh my, Oh my, Timothy Fosu-Mensah just loves living in London. 35.5 grand a week. That's a massive wage decrease of 17.5 grand a week, I think. And those two bonuses right there will remove the appearance bonus and keep the sign-on bonus. Rotation squad role, 5-year deal, 35.5 grand a week. That is an absolute bargain for £11 million. Welcome back, Timothy Fosu-Mensah. What a steal! I have to say, I'm quite perplexed as to why he agreed a rotation squad role, or I should say why he even asked for a rotation squad role, because he would of course be going straight into our first 11 as our best right back here in terms of the rating, and I'd imagine potential as well, and slide back into our back four where he was so consistent all season long. And what an absolute steal to end today's episode off. £11 million and 39.5 grand a week, I think it was. Absolute bargain, an absolute brilliant contract. So to end today's episode off, I ask you guys, my marketing managers, what number should Fosu-Mensah wear at this Fulham team? I'll give you a choice between 3. Now you can either wear number 21 that he wore last season for us, of course wears real life Fulham as well, number 12 as well, or the number 2, you can take Chris Smalling's number as our starting right back this year, wearing the traditional right back's number, which is 2. So 2, 12 or 21, which he wears in real life at Craven Cottage. What number should Timothy Fosu-Mensah wear in his second season back at Fulham now as a permanent player? So that will end today's episode of Career Mode. What a way to end, guys. What a signing. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed it. And if you did enjoy today's episode, then please do drop a like, as likes are of course very much appreciated, and your channel as well. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you for the next episode of Career Mode very soon. We should hopefully make 1 or 2 more signings and play a few more games in the Premier League as well. Bye.